Diddy, the Italian word for a long-held grudge by someone who's ambidextrous?
They should change the catcher interference rule. Why don't you just put this a no pitch or something? Like, well, how many does Ellsbury have a year? But seems like 10. And it's always a kind of a defensive late swing, or there's nothing that the hitter's going to really gain by it. And you give a catcher an error, right? Doesn't make any sense.
Table back.
Yeah. What's up?
Clevenger had the big blow. Even when Matt comes back, do you still see potentially a role for him just to get his bat in the lineup?
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, you're always, Stevie, I'm real proud of the way he went down there and did what he had to be a good option for us and a contributor for us. And bodes well for him. You're always, timing's. There's always good time for someone that can contribute, like he did yesterday and today, and Henry both. So it's been a nice little plus for us getting him up here and contributing. So we'll see where things shake out, but it's not like we're getting ready to activate somebody. Let's talk to Steve Pierce before the game today. He's kind of inching along. The next couple of days will be big to see how fast he's moving. I can't tell you how hard it is to win 4 games from the same team, home or away. It's hard. I thought Chris was okay.
Sorry. Given the error before that with Davis and the scope single, and Gray, the fact that Gray was pitching, did that make that home run a pretty big home run by Steve?
Well, take advantage of it. John's had some good at bats. Very quietly, I don't think John's even had 200 at bats yet. He's, really stepped up in a time of need for us offensively, and he, Chris. When you have a reputation like he does for running balls out, it puts a little added pressure on defenders. And when they know that, you're going to have to get the ball, and, you think about how many times he's hit into the shift. How many home runs have they caught that would have been over the fence on him now? 4.
Since July 4th.
Not including the J.D. Martinez ball in Detroit.
Why don't you include that?
Because the ESPN stat only had 4 home run robs that was at the fence.
So just because ESPN said so?
Yes.
I can tell you. We'll definitely call it 5 then.
Who else would you listen to?
I know personally I have disagreed with some of their stuff.
You talked about kind of, if you can, sitting back and kind of taking in a moment, in a game if possible. Here's a kid from Baltimore. It's his first home. This is the first home run he's ever hit for the Orioles and in Camden Yards. Is that
his first one here?
Yeah.
Really? Seems like he's hit some.
He's only had 1 home run in his career before this.
Steve. Everything we've asked him to. When you're up front and you try to be up front, you say here's why you're not making the club right now exactly, and here's why you're down there. You need to work on. He's attacked everything. I was looking at his. We had weigh-ins yesterday, and he's stayed in great shape all year, and it showed. And he's done nothing but improve as a catcher down there. Every report. So, and I was talking to him pretty bluntly in the spring. I said, go down there and lead the league in hitting. You're gonna be holding all the marbles at the end of this year. Present yourself, attractively. Do everything you can. And he's done everything at every turn. So that's why I'm glad he's getting a return for it. Glad we are too.
Speaking of catchers, Caleb has 43 RBIs.
I noticed that tonight, looking up there.
Yeah, does that surprise you, and also has not playing every day helped him?
I think it helps most catchers physically. I think one of the most remarkable things in baseball to me, maybe in sports, is a catcher that can be an offensive threat. That's why they're that are good defenders, because it takes such a toll on you. I think we saw it last year towards the end of the year with Caleb. But he's always had the ability to drive in a big run. And there's not many people in this park that have had a better full season at a AA, AAA level than Caleb Joseph. He should have been the MVP of the Eastern League that year. And a lot of people could make. Well, I'll stop there. No, he has that pedigree and that resume. He's been doing it, just on a different stage with better pitching. Sonny Gray. You got to feel fortunate. We knew we were going to have a well-pitched game tonight, and Chris said the only time the ankle bit him a little bit was on the swing and bunt. He was going hitter to hitter in the 7th inning.
How do it feel to get one of those 0-2 home runs go your way tonight?
You know, it's not where we're trying to throw the baseball. We're just not getting it where we're trying to throw it, and we pay a price, especially at this level. There's power. That's the biggest thing. There's power all through the lineups. And, you make a mistake even though it's 2 strikes. If you've been watching, the guys don't take a lot of 2-strike swings like we used to choke up and put it in play thing. So, you pay a price for it. But I'm not positive. I think it was a cutter that he didn't quite get down underneath him like he was doing against Chris and some of those guys. Boy, I tell you, Gray's got a great hand. He can run the ball in on, like Adam, he's starting in the middle of the plate and running it in and make it go the other way, and then we're fortunate to beat him.
You said Chris was okay. Chris Tillman was okay. I mean, obviously the results ended up good, but I feel like he wasn't completely crisp throughout.
Not as he's going to be. That's a testament to him being able to pitch 7 innings, and to come out of a 4-game series against the same club that sees your pitchers over and over again, and to come out with your bullpen on its feet is I'm pretty happy about that. Zach, was good again, and Darren. I think we're starting to hopefully reap the benefits of some of the precautions we've taken with all our pitchers during the course of the year. Because it's that time of the year where, we got to go. Good. Geez, we got an early night here. We got a chance for